Hi, I'm Dan Chambers, the founder of Chambers Law Firm. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the different types of warrants that are involved. That phrase gets used a lot. I get a lot of phone calls from a client that they say, I have a warrant. But the bigger question is, what type of warrant is it? The criminal justice system in California can be very confusing, and there's several different kinds of warrants that you should be aware of to determine what type of warrant you have and what is the best way to deal with it. I'm going to go over the most basic types of warrants. There are others out there, but these are the most common that you'll encounter. The first one is what's called a bench warrant. It's called that because the warrant is actually issued from the bench. The judge issues the warrant while he or she is sitting in court. Typically, those are issued when you fail to go to court on something, whether it's a traffic ticket for your speeding, or it's a DUI case, or even a felony case that you should have been in court on. If the defendant fails to appear and can't provide a legal, sufficient reason, the judge issues what's called a bench warrant. Now, the effect of that warrant is that once it gets entered into a computerized system, any law enforcement officer that stops you or contacts you and runs a search will find that bench warrant, and most likely, you'll find yourself in custody. The second type of warrant is called a search warrant. A search warrant is a very specific kind of warrant. Number one, it has to be in writing. It has to be submitted to a magistrate, a judge, by a police officer, and it has to establish what's called probable cause. That probable cause has to show that a crime has been committed and that the places or persons or things to be searched might uncover that criminal activity. A common example is if a police officer has used a confidential informant to do a drug buy, and that drug purchase leads to a specific house that the drugs are being sold out of. That officer will go to a magistrate with a warrant saying, I had a buy, they walked in and out of this house, and I want a warrant to search that house for drugs. If that judge believes there's probable cause, he or she signs the warrant, and then the officer has 10 days to serve it. If he doesn't, it's stale and it goes away. So there are very specific requirements. But search warrants are a very special type that are always in writing and have to be supported by probable cause, and specifically, the people and things to be searched have to be described. And finally, we have what's called an arrest warrant. An arrest warrant is typically issued for a person. If there's a case filed against you, let's say for a robbery, but they weren't able to arrest you at the time of the robbery, again, the officer goes to a judge who reads the reports and says, I think there's probable cause to believe this person committed a robbery. They issue what's called an arrest warrant. It works a lot like a bench warrant. It gets entered into a database, and if the police are out actively looking for you, or if they happen to stop you and they run a search, that arrest warrant will show up saying that you're the suspect of a robbery case, and you will most likely be taken into custody on that arrest warrant. So those are the basic types of warrants. I hope I've helped you understand the differences so that you can understand what type you might have to be facing. And I also hope the video was helpful and informative to you. And more than likely, you'll still have questions that you'd like answered. We at Chambers Law Firm pride ourselves in effectively communicating with our clients and trying to answer all of the questions they have about their cases. Please feel free to contact us with any questions or concerns about your specific situation. For our prospective clients, we always provide a free consultation and have Spanish speakers available to help you if necessary. Thank you for watching.